was the first member of the family to go to college, and when I was a kid, I was going to St. Peter's College. Our world was so small. I was going to work as a probation officer. I was going to work for recreation. I was probably going to bartend some. And I was going to be involved in basketball for as long as I could. And I would have watched my sons growing up playing in the biddy league and the little guys and doing what I can remember, people doing when I was a kid. So when I look at it, I went pretty far.
It happens every year. A herald of the spring, St. Anthony's in the playoffs. But the opener seems less a battle between the teams than their respective stars, R.J. Cole and Immaculate's Jalen Carey. 5!
It's still 6. Don't do anything now that you haven't done all year. When we throw you the lob, catch it. Catch it. No smiling. This is 8 minutes to keep the season going.
Just a junior, Carey's among the most sought-after guards in the nation. In the end, though, team beats talent. The Friars didn't merely fight, they fought smarter.
We beat a team with terrific talent. Carey made ridiculous shots, and it was still a 14-point game. Excellent job. So it was a lot of good stuff we got out of this, okay? And now we live to see another day. And we know this is this our best basketball? No.
As the Friars quickly impose their will, they're suddenly flush with a sense of possibility. A kinship with their predecessors. A sense that they, too, could be a championship team. In due course, guys who rode the bench all season are given chances to play. They aren't merely in the moment, but stepping into the moments they'll always remember.
Kids played terrific the other day.
Yeah,
your energy.
All the gas I got left in the tank, baby.
God bless you.
Thanks, Bob.
God bless you.
Tommy,
Guys, thanks so much, guys. Nice job today. Thank you. We did something today which we would never have thought we were capable of doing. We defended our home court for the entire season. The last time we lost a game in this gym was 2009, 8 years ago. So we just finished our 8th straight undefeated season at home. And the road could end now. At the end of this thing, we'll have gotten everything out of you that we can. You gotta burn the nervousness out when it means so much to you. We want everybody to be relaxed on Wednesday for this momentous opportunity. You look back in your lives, when you get older, you look back and gee, if only I had.
Now it's time for the adults to ask the same of themselves. Had they done all they could? Exhausted every option? Or will St. Anthony go the way of its former rivals? St. Mary's, St. Aloysius, and St. Joseph, among others.
It's not only the financial burden that we have, it's also the enrollment burden that we have. The students, the faculty, the staff, there's a lot of tension because it's the unknowing. A lot of people aren't going to send their child to a school that might not be here in a year or two. The school will not only be closed, but then our faculty, our staff, everybody's left without a job. And our students are left without a place to go. They come here and it's a family, and they know that they're cared for. They got used to people saying to them every day, you know, what are you doing? How come you're dressed this way? How come you're late today? Why are you feeling so sad? What's going on? You know, do you need lunch money?
Could be just a quiet place to study or an opportunity to have someone come in to tutor your math. You just find out when you're around the kids and they open up to you, like what their needs are. The kid was sick and conditions at home weren't so good. He probably was going to stay at our house until he felt better. And my wife finds out that somebody is not eating breakfast. All of a sudden, she's talking to the people here about setting up a breakfast lunch program for a kid. If you're a good person and you find out that this is something that's lacking in this kid's life, and you have the resources to do that, you ought to do that. When the kids were growing up, there was absolutely no conversation ever about them being coaches. I don't think they looked at it as something that was like very glamorous, you know, because St. Anthony's and White Eagle Hall and everything they saw growing up, everything about it was difficult. But we were successful, so that mitigated how difficult it was. And Melissa, from the time she was little, was at every game. Danny helped me for that year right after high school, after college, and drifted into it and seemed to love it. They worked camps during the summer. They really enjoyed the sport.
Okay, Bobby is going on the baseline now. He's going to shoot a couple free throws. All right, ready?
It's difficult to separate his legacy from his progeny. It was Bobby who made them famous, an All-American at Duke, a first-round pick in the NBA draft. But it was Danny, the younger brother, who went right into the family business. And just this March, as things looked grim for his high school alma mater, Danny's Rhode Island team went on a run in the NCAA tournament, reminding America that the Hurleys weren't done yet.
I get more nervous watching them coach than I do watching Bob coach.
My poor wife, you know, she married me and I was already here doing this when she made that decision. And, you know, for the last 26 years, she's actually been the scorekeeper.
I couldn't sit in the stands without shutting up, so I figured if I sat and did something.
Each home game is a family affair. While Chris keeps score, Melissa maintains another book, The Ledger.
The money that comes in can be used to benefit the basketball program and then also given to the school in like a miscellaneous account for student activities.
Thank you, my love.
Move the ball! Kyle holds the ball too long.
Anna, I think, is still too little to understand the significance of things.
The team we're playing is from Boston.
But I think little Gabe is starting to understand it a little bit more so.
They've been all in for a long time.
Go ahead.
I've been playing with it for 2 years. I got it when I was 5. Because I've been following basketball since I was little.
Bobby born in 71. By the time he's about 8 or 9, they start going out at halftime of games and shooting. Very early, probably 7 or 8. They were already like developing this feel for what's the crowd doing when they're on the court. Gabe's in the middle of the same experience, as we mentioned, that my sons were involved in, of being around it all the time.
Has his own little basket hanging up on the wall that Bob put up last year.
Nigel with the dunk.
RJ's got it. Nice.
Still thinks he's going to school there, even though I don't think he fully understands, but I mean, it's just something that a huge part of our family was established in that building. And then by family, I mean our own personal family and then our extended family, which is filled with hundreds of people that have walked through those doors, whether it be players or parents or their families, and players coming back and having their own children. So it's just been like a revolving door of family.
They're teenagers on a winning streak, but not as they were just months ago. It's setting in now that they'll always remember what happens next, that each game could be the last of their season, their careers, even their school.
Here we go. Quinterly, RJ Jason, primary ball handler, step back jumper off the dribble, deep range from 3, shoots behind pick and roll. Number 11, Muhammad Alex RJ, aggressive offensive player, constantly crossing over. Number 2, King, Mark, Iffy, or Nigel, any of y'all can have him at some point. Long, athletic, soft, emotional player. 3-point shooter, deep range.
This is Jersey City. This is the city. Basketball's important to people from the city. Play hard, play smart, and stay together. If they beat us, we'll give them the credit, all right? Because they'll have to do a very good job physically, because we're in the right place to go out and play right now. You ready, Tom? Okay, here we go. Championship effort. Let's go. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is thee. Blessed art thou among women, blessed fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now, to have amen. Lady Victory, pray for us, St. Anthony, pray for us. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Make sure now we move our feet early, talking and moving. Everybody ready to go? 1, 2, 3. You worry about refereeing. That is a foul there and a walk.
14! Be sure with the ball.
They're getting tired. Stay up in everybody. Hurry up, hurry up. We have 4 turnovers in the quarter. Don't dribble. 3 layups in the first half. 3 layups. Do they have a shot blocker? Take your time. Lay it in.
16 minutes. Go out playing better. Play your best. Don't accept the shit. Straighten yourself out. I put you back in there. Go out there and make plays. When you come in, be a legitimate player. Make your layups. Let's go. Now, let's go. Come on, fight back, fight back. Switch everything. If we don't get a steal, we got to foul immediately. There'll be no time off the clock now. Let's go. Make one play. Make one play now. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, all right, okay, all right. If I could pick a guy to foul right now. Were they the better team tonight? They rattled us. You know, we just weren't good enough. But it was 3 at halftime, and we come out to start the second half, and it continued, didn't it? And that'll be the way it ends. It was good. We had a good run. The inefficiency around the basket made it easy for them to just load up on guards, and that's pretty much it. And defensively, it was our worst defensive performance of the season.
The future, does that mean just potentially being a last game? What does that mean?
It's his last game. Other than that, right now, all we can say is that it's RJ's last game. The last thing in the world, you'd be sitting in a press conference after losing North Jersey final and be thinking about something outside of what just happened to us. John Wooden says, make every day a masterpiece. You just try to take every day and enjoy every day. I'll calm down and read a lot more. I don't know how the story will end, but regrets I have few. I've been myself the whole time. The world around me has changed. I had black hair, and I used to run around on the court with the kids. And if it ends, I feel bad for the kids here. 50 years has been a tremendous amount of memories.
A resolution is finally at hand. The school lives or it dies. But his own destiny seems less manifest. Sometimes he feels like a stranger in the motherland. If the old ways weren't all good, at least he understood them. Politics and power, the precinct and the parish, bartering for souls and votes. But now municipal corruption's given way to gentrification. And old bosses to new ones. Developers and bankers with a skyline dedicated to those they serve. But gods of commerce save no souls.
St. Anthony's days are numbered because of the numbers. President and legendary basketball coach Bob Hurley Sr. says it's a business plan that doesn't work. And so if, as expected, the Archdiocese of Newark shuts the school down, here are some other numbers. Bob Hurley Sr. coached for 50 years, sent 1,100 kids to colleges. And one more number for you. In recent years as president, Bob Hurley Sr.'s salary was $0. John Montone, 1010 wins in Jersey City.
We're moving the meeting to a larger room, so.
Jeremy, how you doing? No, I don't think I need to.
About 40 minutes.
40 minutes? Yeah, about 40. It's with enormous regret that we announced today that at the end of this school year, we will be closing. 1952, school opened. Our first graduating class was 1956.
Can you describe what you're feeling right now?
It's sad. There are so many people to thank, and ultimately, whether it's donor fatigue or the fact that our kids do not have advocates.
Coach, can you talk about those kids? It's almost like they're your own children.
In the last 2 or 3 years now being the president, I've learned so much more about the other kids in school, and they're powerful stories we're very proud of. 20 straight years, 100% college acceptance in the inner city.
It will ultimately, I think, be developed. So if you just take a look at, what's going up across the street or a little bit south of us.
Rarely does a school the size of St. Anthony's merit this, but it should, because basketball, major
find out something about the place that the families of the non-athletes know. When you come in here and you walk the halls, you meet kids. Teachers have the kids engaged. They all will be accepted to college. And that has always been able to drive people to get involved. But as the number kept getting larger and larger, it got harder and harder.
What would you want them to say or remember as far as the enduring legacy for decades?
The way it really was, you know, the place and the effect it's had on kids. I'm coming from a neighborhood in Greenville. My street corner was crazy. The urban toughness gave them a chance to be successful. Is it extremely sad? Yeah, it's brutal. Absolutely brutal.
In the end, what killed the school was less important than what kept it alive. An expression of his ambition, his ego, but also his virtue. A fierce, profane insistence on doing good. His lessons weren't Catholic per se, but they did form a system of belief. Belief in oneself. He has been as they are now. And he knows what it means to be the first in your family.